I'm sure all of us have played with toys before, but did you know some of these toys are not innocent and can actually unalive you? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hype this video to stay safe. The first disturbing doll we're going to talk about is the Leta doll. This was a very disturbing doll from Australia, and this video explains it really well.
In the 1970s, a man from Australia discovered an old doll beneath the floor of an abandoned house. It had glass eyes, realistic human hair, and a face carved from wood. Too detailed, too lifelike. He took it home, thinking it was just an antique, but something felt off. That night, he left the doll in his car. By morning, the windows were fogged from the inside, and the doll was no longer lying down. It was sitting upright, facing the driver's seat. At home, things got stranger. Lights flickered, cold air clung to rooms it passed through. His dog growled at nothing, and his kids swore they saw the doll's eyes move.
What the roomie rocks? Why did he even take the doll home? It was obviously hidden under the floor for a reason.
He tried locking it away, but every time it rattled the box, scratched at the inside, as if it wanted out. They named it Leta Meow. Psychics who examined it claimed it held the soul of a drowned boy, and confirmed something else. The hair on the doll was real, human. No one dared destroy it. Today, Leta sits in a sealed glass case, but visitors still report chills. Sometimes, people say it moves even inside the glass. Others hear soft tapping, and one woman swore she heard it whisper, right against her ear, "Let me out."
Whoa, that ending kinda jump scared me. But I still don't get why he took that doll and brought it into his home. I found an interview of him saying why he did it, so let's take a look at it.
You brought him back to Brisbane with you? Into the house. How did the family react?
They wanted him downstairs. They didn't want him upstairs.
Kerry's family weren't the only ones to sense something strange in the doll. Randolph, the family dog, attacked it on sight, and still does, 9 years after it was carried back to the Waltons' home in Brisbane.
In my opinion, I think the doll was haunted, and it tricked the man into taking it into his home. That's why the family and the dog didn't even like the doll. So rocks, never take a creepy doll into your home, because it is probably haunted. The next cursed toy we're gonna talk about is the Fofao doll. I don't want to be mean, rocks, but this is the ugliest doll I've ever seen. It was from the 1980s, but is still sold in Brazil. This video will help explain everything.
In the 1980s, a strange doll started showing up in homes across Brazil. It had puffed cheeks, a big nose, floppy ears, and a permanent grin. Its name was Fofao.
Rocks, if you didn't know, the word Fofao basically means big, fluffy, or very cute. However, this thing did not look cute at all. It looks super cursed.
At first, it seemed like just another plush toy, soft, huggable, dressed in striped clothes. But something about it felt off. Kids began saying the doll moved at night. Some claimed it whispered to them in their sleep. One family said their dog refused to go near it, and when someone tried to throw it away, it came back, sitting by the door, just smiling. Then came the story that changed everything. A boy opened the doll's neck, and inside he found a long, sharp spike running down into the body. The manufacturer said it was just a support piece to hold the head upright, but no one bought that excuse. People started burning the dolls.
You guys, I found a picture of the spike inside of the head, and this is what it looked like. It kind of looks like a knife sticking out of its head, which is very dangerous.
Others locked them away, but the rumors only grew. One woman swore she threw hers out, only to find it days later and sitting on her bed. This time, the doll's hands were folded. Its permanent smile was gone, and across its back someone had written,
"Why did you leave me?"
Just like the last doll, this one seems to be cursed and haunted. It even had a black knife inside of it, so it might have attacked people with it. This is just an evil version of Chucky, so I would never play with this doll, rocks. This next cursed toy is so disturbing, and it's actually called the Hello Kitty incident. And this is so terrifying, so this video will explain everything for us.
This is the Hello Kitty murder, and it's one of the most gruesome true crime stories you may ever hear about. This happened in 1999, and Fan here was by 3 men and a girl. Fan Manu was then held inside of a flat that one of them rented out for about a month. She was tortured and beaten, and they even tried to her out. And apparently she was hung and used as a bag. They even went as far as up her leg so that she couldn't even walk. She also had no real food to eat. They forced her to eat human feces. After that immense stress her body went through, she died after a little over a month being held captive there. This is where things get even crazier. They cut up her body, dismembered her completely, and then cooked up her head. They then stuffed her half-cooked into a Hello Kitty mermaid doll. Investigators found this and found many insects inside of it as well. The rest of her dismembered body was discarded somewhere. The only pieces of evidence the investigators found was these inside of the Hello Kitty doll, some teeth on the ground, and in the freezer. Reading this story makes me just feel so horrible for Fan Manu and the torture she went through. This is definitely the worst true crime case I've ever read about, and then there are just so many more details I can't even say.
Rocks, I'm at a total loss for words. This was so flipping disturbing. I cried and I felt so bad for that poor girl. Comment down below if this story touched your heart. The next disturbing toy we're gonna talk about is the lullaby elephant. As innocent as this sounds, the lullaby elephant is actually one of the most disturbing ones in this video. So watch until the end because you do not want to miss this.
Toys that got banned. Part 1. The Elephant Lullaby Plushie. Anyways, Ken, you'll follow me on Roblox, thanks. So if you don't know this toy and why did it got banned, I will explain it to you. This plushie was made or released at the year of 2016, and it got banned. I don't really know what year it got banned, but this was banned for a disturbing reason. You can only purchase this toy at the Philippines. However, one mother discovered a human 𝗴𝗄𝗏 inside, which shocks the mother and immediately called the officers.
That sounds horrifying. Imagine when you're playing with a toy and then you suddenly find blood in it. That is super creepy.
You might be wondering why the mother discovered it, because when she was gonna hand the plushie to her baby, she feels a liquid inside. Curious, she cut her the toy, then she saw it. There it is, a human 𝗴𝗄𝗏, smelling rotten, tiny cut of organs, and horrified. Anyways, guys, this eats all.
Rocks, that was beyond disturbing. I honestly don't understand why anybody would put something so terrifying in a kid's toy. But this nightmare of a toy was actually sold in the Philippines. Thankfully, they've stopped selling it, so we're safe for now. But Rocks, these next dolls and toys are insane, so keep on watching. The next doll we're gonna talk about is the Labubus. And I'm sure everybody watching this video has heard of these before. However, these toys are actually demonic, so let's watch a video about them.
If you have one of these in your home, be careful, because these little dolls are going viral online and people are saying that it carries some serious demonic energy. Now, these are called Labubu dolls, and they've been getting so popular that fans are waiting in line for hours just to get their hands on one. I mean, a fan tried giving one to Katy Perry during her concert, and Katy Perry just knocked it out of her hand. That's how weird it is, and I'll show you that full clip in a second. But the creator said that it's inspired by Nordic mythology, but many are comparing it to Pazuzu, which is a Mesopotamian demon known for bringing chaos.
This is terrifying. I never knew Labubus were based off demons. Keep watching to see what other dark stuff happens next.
And it sounds like that's what's happening, because people are sharing their experience with this doll on social media, and some people are saying they feel like they're being watched, they're waking up with scratches, they're having terrifying nightmares, and one little girl was even caught on camera telling her mom that the eye color changed of the doll. Now, I don't know how believable all of that is, especially the physical stuff, but I do believe if you bring in some dark energy willingly into your home, that it can mess with you spiritually.
I used to watch all these funny Labubu TikToks, but after this, I don't think I'll watch any more of those videos. And I most definitely won't buy any more Labubus. The next toy I'm gonna talk about is a little old, but I'm sure a lot of you have played with them before. So watch until the end to find out what it is.
The most dangerous toys that were released to the public. Up first, we have clackers. Clackers were these balls you would smack together to create these really annoying noises. The acrylic balls would often crack or shatter into tiny shards that could then fly into your face and injure you.
This is pretty scary because I heard a story that one of them shattered into a kid's eye and they even went blind, which is so sad.
Another toy was called the Easy Bake Oven, which was recalled not once but 2 times in 2007, after several children burned their fingers getting caught in the miniature appliances. One girl even had part of her finger amputated. The company has since released a new version with an electric heating element instead of a light bulb.
I have no clue why a company would make an oven for kids, since the kids are so young. Of course they're gonna burn themselves with a whole oven. That is so silly. This company was made in 1968, meaning it is over 80 years old. I recommend you do not use their new products though, because I bet they're still not safe for kids. The next toy we're gonna talk about is Little Miss No Name. This might sound like the cutest toy ever, but this thing is actually so disturbing, so watch until the end.
Have you ever wanted someone to take care of? Someone who needs lots of cuddling and affection? Someone you can give your love to? Well, that someone is Little Miss No Name. She's the doll who needs more loving care than any doll you've ever had. Look, she has a tear on her cheek. Little Miss No Name is sad because she doesn't have a pretty dress. She doesn't have any shoes. She doesn't even have a name. But she does have big brown eyes. Most of all, Little Miss No Name has a heart filled with love.
Is it just me, or did her eyes not look brown at all? If anything, they just look pitch black, which is super creepy. I also read that this doll is possessed, however I'm not sure how true this is. If you want to play with this creepy doll you can, but I don't think I will. The next toy I'm gonna talk about is Barbie. I know that everybody watching this video loves Barbie. Even I kinda like it. However, recently, I did some digging on the dark web and found out Barbie's hiding some very dark secrets. So let's find out what these secrets are.
This is the most terrifying Barbie you'll ever see. It's called the Barbie Video Girl doll, but it is so much darker than you think. Barbie came out in 2010 with a video camera disguised in her necklace that would project the video onto her back. The Barbie could record up to 30 minutes of footage, but then people started hacking them. Thousands of Barbies across the US were allegedly compromised, leaving hackers to sell footage of children across the dark web. So the FBI shut them down and the Barbie is discontinued across the globe. But only a few years later, Hello Barbie was released, which can record all your conversations.
This is so insane to me. Releasing a Barbie that literally watches you is so disturbing. Like, imagine how many kids were getting spied on because they thought their Barbie doll was innocent. And now Barbie released a doll with a microphone, which is listening to everything you say. This is also pretty scary because someone could hear you talking about your personal information and track you down. I found another video of a Barbie doll, so let's see what's in it.
And then there was the Rollerblade Barbie. The Rollerblade Barbie had a cigarette lighter-like device in her skates that would legitimately shoot out sparks when rolled on a flat surface. If this rolled over anything flammable, you had a massive problem.
Okay, who really thought this was a good idea? Like, why in the world would you put an actual fiber on Barbie, which is a kid's toy? I heard that a lot of kids burnt themselves or even burnt their houses down, which is so sad. All of you guys are still safe to play with Barbies, but just make sure it's not a bad version of the toy. This next toy is so disturbing, but also pretty funny. It is basically a baby that you can make pregnant, which sounds super strange. Like, who even thinks of these toys?
Top 10 children's toys you should never buy. Part 3. Number 6. Baby's first baby. So, is this a crime scene here? It's a pregnant baby. The baby got pregnant. Alright, who did it? Decorated in a pink box, and the top says real pregnancy action. I mean, I bet. Apparently, the baby's water actually breaks in this toy. But get this. Also a version with twins. And it looks like this.
That's actually kinda nasty. Pregnancy is a natural thing, but I don't think anybody wants their kid to go through it with a doll. There's also more disturbing dolls, so watch until the end rocks.
5. The breastfeeding doll. Yeah, I guess it is kind of smart because it teaches kids how to breastfeed, but the moms aren't happy with it because they think it's a creepy toy. For ages 3 and up, of course. The bib has a little heart sensor, and when the baby's face gets close to the heart sensor, it actually starts making a sound that, yeah, a sucking sound. It was on sale for Christmas one year, like it was pretty strong. And it's still available in the UK for £60. 3 and up though, I mean, all these toys. 4. You can shave the baby.
Yeah, I don't think these toys should exist at all, especially not that last one. Most of these kids don't even know what these toys are, so I don't think I'm gonna explain it, as a lot of you guys may be too young. I recommend you don't buy any of these toys as it may be too creepy for you. This next toy was extremely popular for young girls back in the 1990s, and its name is
Baby Laugh-A-Lot.
Baby Laugh-A-Lot was a doll that would creepily laugh with her teeth wide open. A lot of people found this cute, but some people found it really scary.
Kids' toys that got banned. Baby Laugh-A-Lot. So this doll came out in 1970. She was well known for laughing, and the mouth of the doll is open showing her teeth. When the first commercial came out of the doll, it scared a lot of people. The commercial shows these two girls laughing at the doll. That's the whole commercial, everybody laughing. Well, this doll doesn't actually have a cute laugh. She sounds like Chucky, but you have to hear her when her batteries are running down. She would also turn on when everybody was asleep. This is all I know. Stay safe out there.
Yo, I'm recording this video at 3 AM right now, and that just scared me so bad. The laugh that was coming from Baby Laugh-A-Lot did not sound like a girl. It sounded like Chucky from horror movies. I highly recommend you stay as far away as possible from this creepy doll. Luckily, it's really old and it's super rare, so I highly doubt you'll even find one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the hype button, and I'll see you rocks later.